Hi, it's Nørgaard. So I'm going to do my top 10 e.l.f. products today. So I did one of these top 10 videos a long time ago, really early on in the start of the year, and that was a top 10 MAC products. And I thought that was a really fun video to do, and you guys seemed to like it as well, so I'm going to do my top 10 e.l.f. products now. And by the way, I have a makeup tutorial for this look, so I will link it down in the down bar if you haven't seen it yet. But anyways, let's just get into this video. So my favorite number 10, that has to be this concealer. So this is e.l.f.'s Essentials Tone Correcting Concealer. My color is Ivory. So this is one of their $1 products, and actually I really quite like this concealer. It's really great to brighten underneath the eyes, and I find it to be quite hydrating as well. It's not the most like opaque concealer ever. I can show you a little swatch right there, and then you just blend it out. It just brightens my under eye, and also I really like the smell of it. It smells kind of like oranges, like sugary oranges. I don't really know how to describe it. It smells like yeah, sugar and oranges basically. This is definitely a good concealer. It's a great like starter concealer because it's not too heavy. So if you're looking for like a lighter coverage type of concealer, then this is a great one to go for. And I feel like this gets a lot of hate, but I totally don't think that's fair, because for the price this is a good concealer. So next up is number 9. And that's the e.l.f. Essentials Brightening Eyeliners. So I have 3 right here, and as you can see, mine are very small because I have used these a lot. So these 2 are in the color Coffee, and this one is in the color Black. So I'm just going to swatch them. So that's Black and that's Coffee. So Black is just a basic matte black color, and Coffee is kind of a cool toned brown. So again, these eyeliners are from the $1 line, and again I feel like these are pretty good. They are a tiny bit stiff, but I find them to have quite good color payoff, as you can see, and they don't go on patchy or anything, and they're just really good like standard basic eyeliners. And again, I think these would be great for a beginner. And again, like with the concealer, I feel like this is something that gets a lot of hate, and again I don't understand that, because for the price, again $1, this is a really good eyeliner. So up next is number 8, and that is the Studio Blush. So the color I have is called Candid Coral. So it looks like this, and it's a really pretty coral color, and it has a lot of golden shimmer. And also this comes with a mirror up here, and I really like the packaging for the Studio line. I feel like it's really sleek. So I'm just going to swatch this. So that's what it looks like. As you can see, it's a really light and iridescent color, but it goes on really natural, and it looks really natural and beautiful. And the quality of the brushes are really great. They are not powdery, they go on smooth, they blend easily. These blushes are really good. So here's number 7. And that's the Essentials Super Glossy Lip Shine. So I got the color Candlelight, and I also got the color Watermelon. And the reason why I love these lip glosses is because they are really pigmented, and they stay on a long time. They are not super thick, but they are a bit thick, so they stay on nicely, and they have a lot of color payoff. I said that really weird. Color payoff. So here they are swatched. So that one up here, the kind of peachy, slightly nudish color, is Candlelight. And this one down here, the pinky color, is Watermelon. So I basically think these are like staple lip glosses, and you get a whole lot of product in each tube, and the colors are beautiful. They smell really great, and everything about them, I just have nothing bad to say about these lip glosses. They are really good. So here's number 6, and that is the e.l.f. Studio Eyebrow Kit. Mine is in the color Ash. So it looks just like the blush, the packaging, and you open it up and it has a mirror, and then you have a brow powder and a brow wax, and it also comes with a little brush, but I don't know where mine went. This is kind of an e.l.f. Cult favorite, and I can totally see why, because it works so great. So the way I like to use this is I start out with the wax, and I use that to fill in my entire eyebrow, and then I set the wax with the powder. And I believe this comes in 4 different shades, so you can get different colors. It's just so simple to just throw on your eyebrows with this. And I love the fact that the wax is colored because it gives it a 2-in-1 effect. Because first of all, it colors in your eyebrows, but it also, because it is a wax, it also keeps your brows in place. So now we move on to number 5. And for that, I have chosen to combine different e.l.f. eyeshadows. So right here I have the 100 eyeshadow palette. I also have 2 of the $1 quads. And I also have 2 mineral eyeshadows. So I love all the e.l.f. eyeshadows I have tried. And these little ones are only $1 each and they work so well. So I'm just going to swatch a few colors. So I'm going to swatch this burgundy. So this one up here is the burgundy color, and as you can see it has nice pigmentation, and you get 4 eyeshadows in this little quad for only $1. It's such a good deal. And the shadows, they are a little bit powdery and they do have a little bit of fallout, but the pigmentation is nice and they last long. I would totally recommend these little quads. Then I have the mineral eyeshadows. So I have like a silver color and I have a matte black. And the mineral eyeshadows are so good. They are so pigmented. They last so long. They blend so easily. They're really good. The only problem I have with them is that these are loose eyeshadows. So you have to be careful. But the colors are so pretty. I'm going to swatch this silver one. So that is the kind of silver gray color, and as you can hopefully see, it's extremely beautiful and pigmented. So I love the mineral eyeshadows. I totally recommend them. And then lastly, I have my 100 marble palette. So my swatches are getting a little out of hand, but here you can see some different colors. So here you can see the matte black that comes in this palette, and I hear a lot of people talk about this matte black and saying that it isn't good and it isn't dark enough, but I think this is a decent matte black. It's not the darkest matte black in the whole entire world, but for a drugstore palette with 100 eyeshadows, I think this is definitely good. And I also just swatched a bright blue. As you can see, it's really bright and pigmented. And I also swatched a gold color up here, and I don't know if you can tell, but I also swatched a really light green color here. So that's one of the less pigmented colors in the palette, but as you can see, a lot of them do have a lot of pigmentation. And let's keep in mind that all of these swatches are done on a bare hand. I have absolutely no primer and nothing on my hand. So with a primer or a base underneath, these shadows will just pop even more. Okay, so here's number 4, and that is the $1 eyelid primers. So I got 2 colors. I got the regular sheer color and I also got the champagne color. So down here you can see the 2 swatches. So this one up here is sheer and this one down here is champagne. And then you basically just blend out the primer like this. And as you can see, the sheer one just blends out. It does have a little bit of color, so if you are a darker skin tone, it will show up on you. But on me, it just kind of fades in with my skin. And the champagne color gives a little bit of shimmer. And these primers are great. They really do make your eyeshadow last all day. I swear by these. And these will work if you have oily lids. I have really oily eyelids and these work for me. And the sheer one is my everyday go-to primer. I use this every single day. And they will last you a long time because you only need a small amount. So I totally recommend them, and these are also kind of like an e.l.f. cult favorite. So here's number 3. That is the e.l.f. Studio Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter. So I got mine in the color Fair. So over here you have your concealer, and then over here you have your highlighter. And I love this concealer. This is the perfect concealer to highlight underneath your eyes. It has a really nice liquid formula, so it really does hydrate your under eye, and it also highlights. And it covers quite well. I'm going to show you a swatch now. So that is the concealer and that is the highlight. And I don't know if you can tell on camera, but the highlight is a little more watery and runny. And the concealer is a little bit more thick. But yeah, you just blend it out like that, and the highlighter. So the highlighter I don't really use that much. It is a good highlighter, but I prefer to highlight with powder highlighters because I wear powder all over my face, and this just kind of kicks up if I apply it on top of my powder. But the concealer, however, I love. This is my second tube of this concealer and I really do like it. So I would say definitely buy this for the concealer, and the highlighter is great also. It is a good product. But even just the concealer is worth, you know, the $3 that this costs. But don't get me wrong, the highlighter is nice, and if you like a liquid highlighter that's not too intense or glittery, then this is great. Okay, so number 2, that has to be these e.l.f. $1 lipsticks. So I have two. I have Fantasy, which is this kind of darkish brown color, and then I have Nostalgic, and it's a lighter nudish color. So I'm actually wearing both of these colors today on my lips, as you would have seen if you watched the makeup tutorial for this look. And I just love these lipsticks. They are only $1, but they are really pigmented. They are really opaque. They go on smooth. They last a long time. They don't feel sticky or heavy. They are really, really, really good. The packaging is kind of not that great. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this one can be a little bit hard to twist up. But it's no big deal, and I do like the fact that you can twist the lipstick all the way down, because if it sits like this, like it does with my Wet n Wild lipsticks, then when you go to put on the lid, you're so likely to just smash the top of your lipstick, and it's just going to be a mess and it's not fun. So I like how this goes all the way down. So these lipsticks are really, really good. Again, these would be great for a beginner, but I also think these would be great for someone who's really into lipsticks, because you can get, you know, basically all of the colors that they have. I'm not sure how many they have, but they probably have less than 20, so you can get all colors for less than 20 bucks. It's amazing to me, and you do get a nice amount. This is a pretty big lipstick, so it's not small or anything. And I also like how you can see the colors here, so you know which color you're grabbing. Okay, so we are down to the very last product. Can you guys guess which product that is? I think if you have watched my makeup tutorials, then you probably know which product that I always use. So my number 1 e.l.f. product is the e.l.f. Studio Contouring Blush and Bronzing Powder in St. Lucia. And I'm just getting so used to saying that because I say it in every tutorial I do. So this looks just like the blush packaging, except this is bigger. So you get a big mirror, and then the product itself is a combination of a blush, which I'm completely out of, and then the bronzer. And the bronzer is the one I use to contour every single day and in every single video. This is my favorite contour powder. And as I said, I'm in the color St. Lucia, but they do have other colors. I did also really enjoy the blush, but unfortunately it shattered when I went traveling with this compact. But luckily I still have the bronzer, and I just love it. So that is what the bronzer looks like, and as you can see, it's just a warm brown color. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but it has a slight sheen to it, but it's not anything too overpowering, and you can definitely still use this to contour even though it has that sheen. And I just love it. I used it to contour today. It just goes on nicely, it blends out nicely, it has enough pigment, but it isn't too pigmented where you can't control it at all. And this is like a, you know, just a favorite of mine. I use this all the time. It's so good. And if you have never tried one of these duos, then I highly suggest that you go and try one, because they are so freaking great. So that's all for my top 10 e.l.f. products. And don't forget that I have a makeup tutorial for this look. It will be linked down in the down bar. And also I will have a new video up tomorrow and every single day throughout December. And I really hope you guys are enjoying this video marathon. I really am. I think it's so exciting. And by the way, if you guys have any great e.l.f. products that you love that I didn't mention in this video, please tell me about them, because yeah, I want to check out some more of e.l.f. stuff. I have tried a lot, but definitely not all, so please let me know. And that's all. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please thumbs up this video if you liked and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys tomorrow. So take care and bye bye.